up, y'all? It's Cameron from Propel Hitting, where we make success in baseball and softball tangible and give you tangible ways to work on your mental game, because your mental feeds the physical. So today, let's talk about how perfection is killing you, and your obsession with a perfect swing is hurting you more than you understand. So, big leaguers, when you go to games, right, we see all the stuff on social media, we see all the stuff at the game, we see the highlights. But a lot of what we miss is all the prep, all the work, all the things that they do before the game. For me personally, my favorite part about going to a pro game is watching BP. That might seem boring to you, but let me explain, and I think you'll kind of understand what I mean. So I think we can all agree that guys that get to the MLB level are so athletically, physically gifted. They got there because they just have things that not everybody else has in a lot of ways. But when you watch their swings, if you know what you're looking at mechanically, movement, things like that, you can actually find things wrong with their swing. I know that sounds crazy, but it's not. I was at a playoff game a couple days ago watching the Astros hit, watching them work on stuff, watching different groups of guys, right? They had 4 or 5 groups, watching the guys that I like, watching other guys I didn't know, watching the guys on the roster, all of it. Everybody's got an opinion on what you should be trying to do in BP. And a lot of times we get in trouble because we try and say, hey, Miguel Cabrera said do this, and that worked for him, so I need to do that, right? The problem with that is you don't know all the other things that Miguel Cabrera is doing to get ready. So when I was watching BP and watching the different things and watching them think and process and feel and all those different things, what I saw was inefficiencies in their swing or not perfect swings. So how's that possible? They're getting paid to play this game. They're getting paid, some of them, millions of dollars to hit a ball. How is that possible? Well, here's the thing. Being successful is not about being perfect or looking perfect. That's the biggest thing that we got to understand. Those guys, one of the things that makes them elite is this. That's why when they go into BP, when they work on this, when they do that, they can have an imperfect swing, because what they're trying to do is work on feeling something or having something work so they can relax during the game. The problem I see a lot of times with hitters, coaches, parents alike is it's become about the swing. It's become about this. Do you even know why you train? It's not for reps. And the get better whole mantra is just so annoying. That should be a given, but how you get better is really the key. We train so our reactions, our movements are better in the game when we're not thinking about, because we don't have time to think about perfect mechanics. Just take, for example, any game that you've ever seen, professional, high-level high school, high-level college. Pitching is crazy. Infielding is crazy. Arms across the infield are crazy. Everything has sped up. And when we're talking about milliseconds, we don't have time to be thinking about all the other stuff. We have to use training to train our brain to be able to do what we want. We want to get closer every single time after we hit. That's why it's so important what you do. What you don't see at these games are when these MLB guys get there for a 7 o'clock game at noon, and they watch film, and they hit the cage, and they hit off the machine, and they are preparing, working on the things they know they need to feel right with so they can relax during the game. The game is so fast and so difficult that we have to be clear-minded. Only thing we can be thinking about is the ball. Even with the situation, we have to think about the situation before we get in the box. We have to know that, because our brain is a supercomputer, and if there is an unsolved problem, it will get busy solving that problem. Well, that's not all bad, but what problem do we need to solve? Hitting the ball hard, winning the situation, beating the pitcher. So when these big league guys have things wrong with their swing, it should show us it's not about perfection. It's not about how it looks. It's about being comfortable, knowing who you are, and then being relaxed so you can solve the problems of the game. Because remember, the whole goal as a hitter is to go 1 for 3 every game. So in order for us to do that, we have to be hyper focused on beating the baseball, not even beating the pitcher. Who cares who the pitcher is? Who cares who's throwing? Who cares? Beat the baseball. That is the only thing that we want to do, is beat the baseball. So if you want to be more like big leaguers, do what they do, which is train, feel, work on it so they can relax. If you want your game, your mental game, your physical game, your results to go up, you have to relax and beat the ball during the game. That's all that matters, is doing that. And you can do that with a non-perfect swing. Take anybody that you've ever liked, and I guarantee you, me, you, somebody else, we can find something that's not perfect about their swing. It's not about perfection. Perfection is crippling. It freezes you. We don't need perfection. We need results. And if we want results, we have to focus on one thing during a very fast, chaotic, stressful, and pressure-filled situation. Keep grinding, y'all. This is Cameron with Propel Hitting. Keep going, keep growing, embrace it so you can make it.